Hello and welcome to Horse Racing Ireland's 5 to Follow. This weekend, racing is at Tramore on Saturday the 13th of April and also Tramore and Leopardstown on Sunday the 14th of April. So last weekend, Martin, we had a good result with 3 winners and a second, so that wasn't too bad out of five selections.
Not too bad at all, Sarah, and of course it was great to see the Grand National and of course all the horses and jockeys come back safe and sound. Yeah. That's what we were looking for last week. Of course nobody had the winner here, no doubt about that. 66 to 1, very hard to get Aurora's Encore. No luck with the Irish, but it's going to be an interesting weekend racing again. And for our first selection this week, we're going to go to Tramore on Saturday in the 4 o'clock event, the Tramore Racecourse Members Handicap Hurdle. I'm going to go for one ridden by Davy Russell here. Of course, Davy trying to win his second jockey championship in a row. At the moment, he's 7 ahead of Ruby Welsh, so he needs to get a few winners before next week's or the week after next Punchestown Festival. And he rides a horse here trained by Jim Coultry called Courtney. And last time out, this one finished a good second at Thurles. It was a good ground on that occasion. That's what's forecasted for tomorrow. So provided there's not too much rain, I think this one has a very reasonable chance at a kind of decent price, say maybe 3 or 4 to 1. I said the danger here could be Daytime Dreamer from the James Lamb Yard, but I'm going to go with Courtney. Now for a second selection, Sarah, I believe we're going to stay with Tramore on Sunday. Yeah,
second selection is at Tramore on Sunday in the 4:35. It's the Tramore Racecourse Members Chase and it's over 2 miles 6. There's 11 lining up in this and my selection is for the Pat Doyle mare Any Other. Now she seems to be a very good mare over fences and she has some good form in general. She did run second to Character Actor, who runs again on Sunday against her as well, in a beginner's chase at Tramore around this time last year, but then she went on to win a beginner's chase at Wexford in July. She hasn't run since September, so the lack of a run may go against her, but she did finish second last year in the beginner's chase and that was after a break since the previous September. Sweet My Lord also runs for the Willie Mullins Yard. He's a good horse, but he hasn't been as himself this year, I think, putting up at Cheltenham, and so whether he comes back to form or not will be left to be seen, but I'd expect a big run from the mare on Sunday. So you've the third selection?
That's right, Sarah. I'm going to Leopardstown on Sunday, a top class card here, a couple of Guineas trials and some very interesting racing on the 7 race card. And the one I'm looking at in the Heritage Stakes, the listed race, which is the 305 race, is the Tommy Carmody trained Sweet Lightning. Now this one won the Irish Lincoln at the Curragh on the opening day of the season in late March in very good style. He carried almost top 8 on that occasion and won very well, which was an unusual double because he actually won the English Lincoln just 2 years previously. Now he does face a very stiff rival here on Sunday in the Aidan O'Brien trained Declaration of War, a very useful horse from last year and one that could go very well this season in all the top races. That Declaration of War is sure to start favourite, but I think Sweet Lightning maybe at 5 to 2 or 3 to 1 has a good chance against it. If the forecast rain does arrive, Bold Teddy Quill obviously has a good chance as well. He's been in good form, but I'm going to stick with Sweet Lightning. I think he's a right good chance, and Tommy Carmody Yard has been in very good form. So our fourth selection then, Sarah?
Yeah, and as you said, we are trying to give a bit of value to our followers, so we're not always going for the obvious selections. And in the fourth selection, I'm staying away from the obvious selection, but the race is at 4:15 at Leopardstown. It's the Group 3 PW McGrath Memorial Body Sack Stakes, and it's run over a mile 2. Now, Aidan O'Brien and Jim Bulger both have 2 representing them in this race, and of course Aidan O'Brien has Battle of Marengo, who won a Group 2 last year, so he'll be the one to beat. And then Jim Bulger has Alpinist, who won well at the Curragh last month. But I'm going to go for maybe a horse that's a little bit of an outsider, Sugar Boy, for the Paddy Prendergast Yard. He was placed in all 6 runs as a 2-year-old last year, and he won 3 of them with Chris Hayes on board, and Chris is taking the ride again on Sunday. He did win at Leopardstown in November and he won well on that occasion. I was there on the day and he impressed me on that occasion, so maybe at a bigger price against Battle of Marengo, he'd be my selection in that.
Okay, Sarah, then just to finally round off our 5th selection this week, comes in the very last race at Leopardstown at 5:15, the Leopardstown Club Members Handicap over a mile and 6. And down towards the bottom of the weights here, I like the no-meat trained Leroy Parker. This horse has some form over hurdles as well, but he rounded off last season in quite good form. He won a 10-furlong handicap at the Curragh on soft ground in October, and then finished second in a decent handicap behind Offer, trained by Aidan O'Brien at Naas a couple of weeks later. Now he didn't actually get the trip, I think, in the 2-mile Leopardstown November handicap, but back over a mile and 6, he's sure to be fit enough coming from No Mead. Conor Hoban, very good apprentice, takes the mount, and he's got a good chance of beating a horse called Showcourt, trained by Dermot Weld, while Bo Michael is another one with a good each way chance in a wide open contest. But for me, Leroy Parker each way certainly looks the way to go. And Sarah, where are we going next week?
Well, next week we only have 2 meetings at the weekend. We have Naas on Saturday, which features the Woodland Stakes listed race, and Navan on Sunday, which features the Salsabil Stakes, which is also a listed race, and that's in the lead up to Punchestown, which should be another great week's racing. So for more information on any of the racing, you can visit goracing.ie, and you can also visit us or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. So good luck this weekend, and see you next week.
Go Racing. Go online. GoRacing.ie. Horse Racing Ireland's official website.